Welcome back, everybody, to UFC Best Bets and Predictions for UFC 323 at the High Low Sports Podcast. We are in our final pay-per-view of the year for real this time, not like last time. The last one of the ESPN era before we go into Paramount, the last quote-unquote pay-per-view we will have as well. And we're finishing it off. We had a very miserable 322. Went 1-4. That brought our total down to 30, 14-1 on the year with pay-per-view best bets. So we're going to get right into it and see if we can finish out on a strong note. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first fight that we have. Jan Blachowicz taking on Gustav. And I'm not going to lie on this one. Gustav, excuse me. I don't know. I'm surprised at the odds of this one. I'm surprised that they're so close. I really feel like Jan Blachowicz is almost getting undersold. I know he's old and we haven't seen a whole lot of him, but he has a knack for making guys look, making them not perform to their best selves, per se. So we're going to take Blachowicz to win, and our bet for this one is going to be that minus 125 money line, as well as some very, very good odds for what we're getting there. I think Jan Blachowicz finds a way to win this one. Guskov is very good. I feel like Jan Blachowicz is almost, I get it. He's old as dirt. He's been around since before the UFC existed. I get it. But I think he's still got some in him too. I think that quote unquote Polish power is going to be enough in this one. I think he'll get the win. Next up, Henry Cejudo, still ranked number 10 at bantamweight, more or less implying that this might be his final fight. We will see. If he loses, we'll see. Versus Peyton Talbot, who's bounced back after his loss as well. This one's interesting too because Talbot's a comfortable favorite at minus 250. Henry Cejudo, him retiring after the Dominic Cruz fight. It really has so many what could have happened, what ifs, who knows what could have happened. It really makes you think at that point. He's been on a bit of a losing streak since trying to come back. He has only fought the elite of the elite guys during that time. And I think Peyton Talbot's a good young fighter, but he let us all down the one time when he was a huge favorite. We're going to take Cejudo to win. I'm uncomfortable with that one. Our bet's going to be Cejudo over 2.5 takedowns. I don't know if he'll be able to hold Talbot down. My only concern with this one is if Talbot really can't grapple for some reason, Cejudo gets him down and just holds him there and taps him out or pounds him out really quickly, so he only has to get one takedown. But I think over 2.5, I think he can get you to 3 takedowns. That's one around, or maybe he gets one, Talbot gets up, and then he gets another one. So our bet's over 2.5 takedowns for Henry Cejudo as well. And the odds on that one are pretty good. The over-under, that's where the over-under was set. You're getting plus 150. So I'm going to take that, just the odds of that one. Next up, moving up the card, Brandon Moreno taking on Tatsuro Tiara. Excuse me, I always get that one. 17-1 prospect out of Japan versus reliable Brandon Moreno. It's been an absolute banger for so long. The odds are very split, are very even. It's virtually a pick'em fight. I know Tatsuro getting him the win, getting a new contender in this division would be huge. I know that's something that I'm not gonna say the UFC wants it, but I think that's something that would be good for the division. But I think Brandon Moreno still got it. I think he's still got some juice in the tank. So we're going to take him to win, plus the plus 105 odds as well. I really like the odds we're getting with that one. So we're going to take Moreno to get the win over Tatsuro Tiara. I'm not going to say like a finish or anything like that. I think it's just going to be a very good scrap. I think Brandon Moreno is going to find a way to get it done, and we'll take him for the money line. Our first of 2 championship fights in the co-main event, Alexandre Pantoja taking on Joshua Van. Speaking of fresh matchups in this division that desperately needed one. Joshua Van coming off an absolute murderer's row from the last 12 months, taking the Brandon Royval fight on short notice and put on a fight of the year candidate, banging it out, winning the fight by dropping Royval very late in the fight. Significant strike machine, an absolute tornado of fists, elite boxing, good kicking, good defense as well. Takedowns, takedown defense, we haven't seen a whole lot of it. We'll have to see how his grappling works. And then Pantoja, as we know, as good as it gets in the game, as well-rounded as it gets, elite on the ground, solid stand-up. Until he loses, it's hard to pick against Pantoja at this point. What we need is the two. We'll talk about who his next fight should be if he wins this one. That's a different conversation. But we're going to take him to win. The odds are obviously not that great. So for the bet, we're going to look at Joshua Van under 90.5 significant strikes. I got toasted on that one because I took him under 98.5 against Brandon Royval, but that one turned into a stand-up, bang-it-out war. As soon as if he lands a 3-piece combo on Pantoja's jumping underneath for a single or a double and taking this to the ground. There's a chance he can get him down early and finish it early, or he just slowly grinds him over time. I think it could be along those lines. I don't think it's going to be they're not going to stand and bang it out. I can't see Pantoja doing that. So we're going to take under 90.5 significant strikes. And if Joshua Van's going to win, I think he's going to catch him really badly, hurt Pantoja, and swarm him. I don't think it's going to be he's going to have to stop him and stop him violently. I don't think it's going to be a prolonged beating, if you will. 'Cause at that point, Pantoja is going to keep shooting, going to keep clinching, going to keep limiting those opportunities. So we're going to take under 90.5 significant strikes for Joshua Van, which will now take us to the main event. Speaking of similarly lopsided odds, Merab Dvalishvili taking on Petr Yan. 5th fight of the year, I believe. For Merab, no, 4th fight, 4th title defense, I believe. An absolutely incredible run. He's starting to kind of show it in his face and his eyes this week, especially because he's cutting weight the hard way and he cuts a good amount of weight. That does worry me a little bit. It makes me kind of want to take Petr Yan for the upset, but we're going to stick with Merab on this one in the same vein of he is just a machine. I know machines, as Petr said, all machines eventually break. Petr's actually been talking some good trash this week, basically implying that Merab gets no ladies and that he's a machine that's going to break. He's a very good fighter, very well-rounded. I think I don't kind of want to see him in Umar fight. That's the one I would love to see. I would love to see those guys fight. I think their well-rounded nature would make it very interesting. But Merab's he's going to keep shooting. I know Petr's talked about the injured hand he had in the first fight. I know Merab, if Merab was going to get clipped, this feels like it'd be the fight to do it. Petr coming in healthy, a couple fights off that ACL injury. Merab almost too active for his own good at this point. At the end of the year, Petr, I'm still going to take Merab. It's a tough one to pick. It's a really tough one, but I'm going to stick with Petr Yan. Merab. I think Petr Yan's going to have his moments. I think he's going to quote unquote win the stand-up exchanges in a lot of cases, but I do think Merab's just going to keep shooting. As soon as he has punches on doesn't like, he's going to dip under. We saw it. He shot 50 takedowns first time and didn't slow down. Petr's going to have to defend 50. That's hard to do. And the way Merab shoots as well, it's not like they're lazy takedowns. They are aggressive takedowns. We're taking Merab to win this one. For the bet, we're going to take, this is an interesting one I found. Petr Yan under half a takedown landed at -115. It was -115 for over under half. I don't think Petr's going to shoot a takedown. If he does, I don't think Merab's going to give it to him. So I don't see Petr getting a takedown at all. So we're going to take the under at -115, basically saying Petr's not going to get a takedown. That seems very, very safe in this fight. If we parlay all those odds together, you're looking at plus 3,124. So the hope is we can go 5-0 in our final pay-per-view of 2025 with best bets and picks. Let us know down below what picks you like for this one and which ones you're fading, and if you think we'll see an upset in either the main event or the co-main event. 30, 14, and 1 on the year in these UFC pay-per-view picks. Hoping to round it out with a 5-0 to round out the year. Let us know down below what picks you have, and we'll see you all again next time.